and the in-game leader is Canadian. I wonder how that fares out. Maybe
Well,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
So from what you've seen of Copenhagen Wolves so far, with Glaive, PimP, Kjaerbye, cadian and tenzki. I mean, tenzki, before was doing really, really well in MyXMG.
Yep.
Like he was one of the reasons why they're having such a hot period. Cadian, obviously, everyone knows Cadian. He's very present in the scene in many respects, as an observer, as a caster, as an analyst. Plays well.
Yeah. Him and his hats and his horrible t-shirts and his shirts. Yeah.
He looks really tired sometimes as well. he's like the most tired person ever, it seems.
Yeah, he is. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, he's usually tired. That's Cadian.
It's probably because he's doing all those things at once. Either way, it's going to be very interesting to see how this team is going to.
This Copenhagen Wolves lineup, they're very good. They're LAN tested. They did well in the ESWC. They beat Hellraisers. They did very good against Ninjas in Pajamas, having 2 maps, 16-14, and losing the best of 3, 2-1. So there's a lot that they can offer as a team. Glaive is known from Source Days as being an absolutely incredible in-game leader with those mid-core rounds. And it looks like IBUYPOWER won the knife round. They'll be starting off on the CT side. Copenhagen Wolves with the tougher job of the T side. 4 pieces of armor. Glaive with a smoke and flash. And currently in lobby right now, waiting for the CT smokes to dissipate before they go in for that A execute they go through. Oh, that's beautiful by Swag. He gets the frag and he shuts the door right after that. Skadoodle with a kill as well. He gets 2 frags with a nade coming right after the USB headshot. Nitro and a bit of team damage there as AZK took down Nitro. But a pretty good round by IBUYPOWER. They tried to go for that fast A execute, Copenhagen Wolves, and it did not work out for them.
Yeah, interesting stuff from Copenhagen Wolves. I really liked the smoke from, I believe it was Glaive who had the nades. That smoke that he threw, it like lands in front of the hut. So what you can do is you basically run through the smoke and you run like right straight away, and then you're basically like facing main on like, and anyone in heaven can't shoot you. So it's like actually a really nice use of a single smoke, very efficient. But that door shot was pretty brilliant. Now they're going to go for this push with the buy of these pistols. Let's see if they're able to get any love here. So far, it's looking actually pretty decent. 3 players against 3 with the bomb going down. Kjaerbye dropping that bomb.
This is not good for IBUYPOWER here. Nitro got 2 frags. Cadian again with a... What are you doing, Cadian? Why'd you kill your in-game leader? He probably said something he didn't like. Skadoodle now in a 2v1 with a scout. Will he make... Oh, a jumping scout shot's not going to work in that kind of situation. As Copenhagen Wolves win the second round on Nuke, IBUYPOWER are in quite a bit of trouble now because their economy is in dire straits. I mean, they can go for a force buy, but they should probably just eco. They should really just eco and try and win the round after that. But Copenhagen Wolves, if they play their cards right, should make it 2-1, and that's an excellent start for them.
And this is a problem. I mean, maybe IBUYPOWER just don't have the kind of rehearsal that they need, because there was nothing special about that rush. They just ran out with the pistols and just hit some shots. The setups and the grenades to counter that should be there from the CT side. We saw Dignitas; they were never in any danger of that happening when they were playing, and so perhaps IBUYPOWER, showing a little bit of weakness on the upper side might be something that Copenhagen Wolves would try to target in future rounds if the IBUYPOWER start getting control back of the game.
It was a bad call by IBUYPOWER. What they did was they didn't have that CT and lower. They only had Nitro and 1 guy in heaven. The guy in heaven went back for some reason to check outside, and it was basically just Nitro trying to hold them off. And he got 2 kills. He did a good job, but it's not enough. You can't have just 1 CT trying to hold A. And so for that reason, it was a bad call by IBUYPOWER because they didn't expect them to go into A side again in the second round, just like they did in the first round. And
they're boosting up.
Yeah, there is a booster at heaven. Kjaerbye pushing, moving towards secret. He'll take down desi. At the heaven area. There's 1 CT stuck at CT spawn right now. He'll make another frag Kjaerbye. Kjaerbye. I keep saying his name wrong. Kjaerbye. Swag with 1 frag.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he gets the second swag. He can pick up a gun and he's dropped the bomb. Oh my lord, Copenhagen Wolves have to go back and get the bomb now. Swag's picked up an AK-47. And he's in a really tough situation. Kjaerbye will finish him off. Kjaerbye with 3 frags. And I love saying his name. Kjaerbye.
I think it's supposed to be Kjaerbye.
Kjaerbye, damn it! Whoa! How do you say his name? Kjaerbye.
At least, I practiced. I swear to God, I practiced this with a Dane off the cast. So if I get it wrong, all right, you got to blame Foinks, because Foinks was the one who told me how to say it. All right, so.
Kjaerbye. Okay, I think I've got it.
I bet it's going slowly 100%. Insane. But here we go. We got the CZs and some nades. This is a big investment from IBUYPOWER here. not just the straight up eco to make sure they have money. They're going for a gamble. It's got to pay off.
It's a fast push into the side. Swag coming up from behind. Really nicely done by Swag. He gets 2 frags, picks up the AK-47. Oh, he's a bit too Twitch happy there. Actually starts to land shots towards his teammates. He should have taken it nice and easy, but it's a very good round here by IBUYPOWER, as now they've made it a 2-on-2 with a bomb drop. Tenzki there with a really nice wallbang, but he should be able to... AZK, sorry, should be able to make this frag on Tenzki. Now it's a 1v1. PimP has to be really smart here. AZK's got the angle and he makes the frag. IBUYPOWER make it 2-2, sorry, with the second round win. And they didn't have any armor as well. Really nicely done.
There are a lot of teams that just would never have tried that, I think, because if they lose that round, they're basically like, they have zero cash. They've got nothing. And they're in a position where they don't actually have that much money as a bonus for losing each round because they haven't got that 5 yet. So like that's usually when you see like a team make a risk like that, when they're thinking like, okay, we'll have just enough money left because we have a big bonus coming. But they didn't have that, so that's a massive risk from them. I don't think many teams would take that.
Fast ace push, nice to throw that flash, looks away, so he gets flashed by the team, gets 1 frag, that nade. Oh, actually the Molotov, sorry. I'll take down Kjaerbye. What's Glaive doing? He completely flops that shot. Nitro with a 4K there, shutting down the A site with relative ease. IBUYPOWER now, 3-2. Copenhagen Wolves, they did a good job getting those 2 rounds, but trying that A push again, it looked horrible, really. I don't know why they weren't able to get those frags. They should have been easy shots for all their players. Nitro's completely out in the open.
By the way, this looks like we're having a situation for IBUYPOWER where they're going to be able to take control back of the match. Finally, we'll get to see like a proper setup for them with proper weapons. Skadoodle not going to Yardi's going to jump up on the red container there, CT red for the spot. And as we saw from Fetish before, there's lots of ways you can mix up your little aggression there. And he's going to decide to play tight to the upper side. I really like this from IBUYPOWER. They can move as a unit down below. Nobody's isolated. It's a great way to play Nuke.
Skadoodle and Swag, 2 players who have the potential to be superstars in the Counter-Strike Global Offensive scene. There's no doubt about that. And I think the major DreamHack Winter is the kind of pedestal that they can rise to and that they can use to show the world that they are superstars, that they are capable of being one of the best, or the best players. Swag spots back on Squeaky, and he'll be shot down here by Tenzki. It's a good start to their eco round, picking up that M4 on Glaive, but quick frags from Nitro. Skadoodle taking down Tenzki. And the IBUYPOWER players come in to clean up. Really fast rotation from the CTs.
That was a really cool round because we saw that Skadoodle was very defensive on Yard. This was not something that Copenhagen Wolves could know necessarily, but they decided to go for this split onto the upper side from with guys from 2 guys from outside to main, which is actually really strong because if there is a guy playing main, he gets hit from like 2 or 3 sides at once. So you can get a quick kill and a weapon pickup. So that's a really potent rush, but somehow IBUYPOWER dealt with that amazingly. They didn't lose anything. Really well played.
AZK throws down that smoke and for ramp and then pulls back a bit. Actually, he stays at ramp. I thought he was going to pull back and go to Sabon outside, but Desi's there as well. The terrorists so far, they're in lobby, taking their time. And if they can get a peek through the various crevices in this map, maybe towards ramp, maybe one of the CTs pushes a nice little shot through the smoke there by Tenzki. Takes down Desi to 62 HP. Skadoodle holding outside with the AWP. So far, Copenhagen Wolves haven't bothered to use that part of the map. It looks like it might be. Actually, it's an A fake. They're just waiting for that smoke on ramp to dissipate. Now they push through. A flash comes in from as support and a good Molotov fight. Desi as well. And now Skadoodle is there to support. He gets the frag on Tenzki. Really nicely done, and they back away. This is great CT play here by IBUYPOWER. Absolutely on point by the Americans. And now the T's are stuck in the middle of nowhere. They've got ramp, but they've not got any other parts of the map as well. They just have to try and force themselves through. Oh, PimP! Did he actually come in from the vents there to get that frag? Takes down Desi, and now Nitro's coming up from ramp, and he gets 2 frags. AZK gets the frag on PimP, and they stop them from planting the bomb. Really nicely done by IBUYPOWER, but I have no idea where PimP came from. He was in the vents. Did he come down through the vents?
He's a
from
sneaky ninja, man. That PimP.
I mean, I didn't follow that.
It was a beautiful display from IBUYPOWER because we saw, as you pointed out, that they decided to just take the frag and then fall back. It was a position where Skadoodle can very easily go for repeaks, even with the AWP, and that's actually kind of good spots to use an AWP, but at high risk. It's going to be less effectual to reposition, but that is the safest play. And I like they kept people alive. They decided to we'll move down to the lower side. it then became a story of entries. Like, who's going to get the entries? Who's going to execute better? And IBUYPOWER have a team with great, amazing skills when it comes to execution. So they did just a wonderful job. And it's like IBUYPOWER going to spring into an advantage after a very shaky start.
Kjaerbye, it's probably just got like a tendon left in his body after that bomb exploded under him. Only with 1 health. But as he said, they have retaken control, and they seem a lot more confident than they did. It was a bit shaky at the beginning. Those A executes really caught them off guard. But now that they've got the right setup, and that M4 silence doesn't have enough bullets to spray down 3 players. He gets 1 frag, won't be able to get the second. Cadian takes him down, picks up the gun. Actually, not yet. ATK, 2 frags for him, takes down Cadian and tenzki.
I thought there was a zoom on the AK then for a
Yeah, I was just saying, I was like,
wait, you can zoom with the AK?
Hang on, am I casting Call of Duty all
Can
of
you
a
like
sudden?
mod guns all of a sudden? but the weird thing is, or the interesting thing, is that the only reason IBUYPOWER were able to get into this position is because they took an incredibly huge risk of buying up the CZs in that 1 round. Again, if they lost that round, that can very realistically be game over, because they're in a position where they're so far away from having economy, and that means that when they do have to buy, they might not even have enough grenades.
Yeah.
And so and that's why you usually want to save, because on this map you need grenades, you need every defensive tool.
Oh, nicely done by Cadian. Yes, that entry frag on Skadoodle. He's a pretty good AWPer himself. And he's been offering for Copenhagen Wolves lately. Not done a bad job. That's some good highlights.
They can't let them take secret here. They can't get down to long for free. That's got to be the concern for IBUYPOWER right now.
AZK's there, AZK's there, and Copenhagen Wolves have to be smart because they know they're in secret. And so pushing forward like that will put them in a tough situation. They'll probably give away 1 or 2 of their players. They've got the man advantage. If they've got a minute left on the clock, they have to be smart about this. There is tenzki
from hell as well, I think.
Oh, I think they've gone up on heaven here. Swag's going to push secret. Kjaerbye's going to push at the same time. He will get the frag, but AZK with a return. Good trade there by the CTs. Pushing 2 at the time, so they don't lose that player for nothing. And they make that 1-for-1 trade, but it's not for their benefit, really. It's going to be a push towards the A site there. Swag gets shot down by Glaive. Cadian with a point-blank shot on AZK, and he'll make the second frag easily on desi. Nicely done by Cadian. 3 frags for the Dane, for the tall Dane, with a patchy face.
I like that. That was a really strong round from Copenhagen Wolves. They showed some strong ability to adapt mid-round, like some good mid-round calling and some great team play going into that. Because they got put into a situation where they didn't quite get what they want. They got this like kind of weird trade on secret, so they couldn't really use the lower play, which initially they were setting up for what was going to be a really sick like pincer movement through ramp, getting some guys through hell, down ramp, as at the same as having guys in secret. So pretty strong, but they adapted really well.
Again, Swag in a pretty interesting position, holding up main, and now they know that he's there. They actually throw in that smoke to kind of cut him off, which is really good. AZK, sorry, with the help of Skadoodle, able to hold off outside. Ooh, pretty fantastic shot there by Glaive. Only him.
Ruthless.
Kjaerbye left. Did I say it right?
I think it's Kjaerbye.
Kjaerbye. Okay.
Kjaerbye.
I got it. It's 2-on-4. They're outside. Glaive is still alive. And Kjaerbye here. Actually, only Glaive is outside. Kjaerbye's at ramp, and there's nobody at ramp. The CTs have all rotated outside. They've spotted the bomb. And Glaive, he can make a runner right now. And perhaps even get the bomb planted in the B site if he's fast enough. But he's still outside with the bomb. And perhaps he's waiting for Kjaerbye to do a nice pincer movement coming in from heaven. That would be really, really smart indeed. Throws down the smoke secret so he doesn't have too many angles to deal with. Checks up heaven. CTs are hiding. 30 seconds left on the clock. IBUYPOWER, they have to be careful here because Kjaerbye... Okay, Kjaerbye. Why is it by? Why can't it just be B-Y instead of B-Y-E?
I don't know, man. Danish has a lot of weird sounds.
Oh, he misses Swag. Swag actually goes towards the B site here, and the A site's completely open. Kjaerbye's like, where are the CTs? I've gone through half the map, and I don't see them. He pushes through, nicely done, but the bomb's going to go down. desi pushes at the right moment, so it should be around for IBUYPOWER. He doesn't have enough time. He's going to make the Swag anyway on Kjaerbye. But it was smart there by Glaive and Kjaerbye. But I think IBUYPOWER are just a bit smarter. They're just waiting for them to push into one of the sites. And I think they were just a tad bit lucky, Copenhagen was, that they didn't meet any of the CTs any earlier with their movements. Now, 3 rounds so far is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
They've got 5 rounds left. They can pick up another 2.
it was kind of a dangerous round as well, because if you look at their money, if they were forced to do like another drop, they would actually be having to eco if they would lose this one. So they are actually being kind of kept against the ropes. Copenhagen Wolves, if they don't win this one, they really need at least 3 or 4 frags if they want to keep IBUYPOWER within the eco possibility within an immediate future.
Exactly.
So, oh, that's some good damage there through the door. You always want to blow open the door. If you're ever going for the rounds like this, like taking rounds, pressure rounds, where you're kind of like trying to work. It takes some map control, but just looking for some damage it takes. You always should blow up the door, because then you force the CTs to smoke it, and you force them to use some resources, and it just applies more pressure. And sometimes you will get the frag. Sometimes you can put the AWP on that angle, and he's going to find himself a pick. So it's always worth the $300 from that. It's a heavy explosive.
This is what Glaive is kind of really excels at, is these mid-round calls. He kind of assesses the situation, sees where the smokes and flashes are coming from, sees if they've done any damage, and then after that decides what the right movement is. Cadian outside with the information. He's only got the CZ though, no AWP, and he knows that they haven't been pushed. And also defending the flanks, because CT sometimes do go for that push, but they do go for the A side execute. PimP with the entry frag, Swag's right on top of the hut. He makes 1 frag actually. Nitro getting a frag. Nitro with the second and a third. Actually, I just got confused there between Nitro and Swag. I don't know why, but 8-3, IBUYPOWER shutting down the A site really well.
It was a cool idea after like keeping up the pressure. I mean, Copenhagen Wolves, IBUYPOWER didn't know where all the players of Copenhagen Wolves were. They didn't have great presence outside to know that and so on. But the problem was that, again, against a great team, you need proper flash and smoke support from that. And we didn't really see a lot of good smokes or flashes from them, and you just need them. You can't just run out and expect the entries against a top tier team like IBUYPOWER.
No.
Need those nades.
Skadoodle lands a shot on Glaive. Full eco here by the terrorist side. Swag again in that position. I don't think there's a lot of teams that play with the CT in that spot, to be honest. It's a good spot because he can support outside and main at the same time, but if he's looking at the wrong direction, he can get shot from hut. And that's just an easy frag for the terrorists, so he has to be really careful. So far it's worked out for them. They've got 8 rounds and they've forced the terrorists onto an eco. I don't think they'll be able to really capitalize much from this round, the Copenhagen Wolves, but we wait and see. Tenzki here, waiting patiently. He's kind of played the lurker role so far for the team, staying behind while they move to other parts of the map, and it seems like they're trying to just push towards outside. Perhaps they want to have a pincer movement in towards the A site, but
this is going to be very difficult to like really do anything. Already losing 2 players, it's certainly very difficult. And there it is, going to make their way in. And He's going to pick himself up and then fall, and they do pick up a kill. So.
Nice, that's the only flash PimP had. Put it away. The bomb goes down. AZK. Actually, it was desi getting that frag. AZK was coming up from behind as well. But
one extra thing I want to talk about, just quickly about the door dynamic, is that when you've blown open the door, one of the reasons why they have to smoke it is if they want to play somebody on the floor. Because if you have that door open, you can actually go far back enough to still get angles, and the guys on dogwall above cannot see you. So basically, it's a very good counter if they're playing a guy on floor all the time, because the angle from dogwall is much better down into door. But if they're playing a guy on floor, then you've got better angles. So something to consider the way that they have to react.
No smoke here from the CTs. Kjaerbye can definitely get an entry frag as they push through. Skadoodle misses his op shot, is forced to back away there. The reason they didn't throw that one is because they had an AWP and ramp as well. But now Copenhagen Wolves are in a good position to take control of the B site. Skadoodle is there, and there is a rotation coming in from the CTs. They're in the site. They can definitely slow them down. There is actually one CT in Toxic desi there behind, deep in the site. Throws down some flash to slow them down, but Kjaerbye will make the frag. Skadoodle takes down Tenzki. Nitro there with the support taking down both Glaive and PimP, but an entry frag from Cadian. That's a 3-on-2. Cadian will be shot down, and again, IBUYPOWER should be able to make this their round, but I spoke too soon. Kjaerbye gets a frag. Skadoodle knows exactly what it is. Finish off that horribly powerful CZ.
It's quite an interesting thing, actually, the way that because they played that round really fast into the ramp. Something we've seen from IBUYPOWER multiple times is they always take this decision where instead of having a setup where they want to stand and fight, unless it's on upper, they will always just fall back onto the site. So actually by throwing a lot of pressure in, if if they know that IBUYPOWER keep reacting that way, they can actually start to play with it. Because if they know that they put like fast push onto ramp, that he's just going to go down, that's some easy map control for not a big expense necessarily. Maybe just one guy. So it's an interesting thing to think about.
I think Copenhagen Wolves kind of hesitated ever so slightly when they tried to push towards the B site from ramp, and then had they just gone straight through and caught Skadoodle off guard, they maybe would have been able to do something. But they got the bomb plant this round, which is relatively good, so they will have a bit of money for the last round on this half. 3 rounds. Oh my lord, tenzki. That's the frag. It's a 1v1, him against Skadoodle. Zico could be very, very successful if he's able to win this clutch. tenzki! Oh, he doesn't get the frag on Skadoodle. Jumping CZ shot. Good night. 11-3. IBUYPOWER win that round. Could have been 10-4, but Copenhagen Wolves definitely going to regret that, because later on, that will make the difference, that round. It really, really will. Final round of this half. Copenhagen Wolves with the bomb plant do have a lot of money to play with. Cadian can be playing with the op. Gets purchased by, I don't know who bought it. Oh, actually, he bought it himself. He could afford it. He has money. And so full buy. All flashes, all smokes, everything they need. They need this round, Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, the 4th round makes a really big difference. It really does. You see with the whole like pistol winning dynamic sort of thing. But there's the door blown open there by Copenhagen Wolves.
Oh, right through the Molotov!
Oh my god, that's
burn, baby, burn.
The chaos now. They're just look what they're doing. They're forcing movement. They get free entry into ramp because IBUYPOWER reacting so strongly. Nobody knows what's happening.
What's happening? What is going on here?
He's cutting off the push there from ramp. That's a really big deal now. tenzki's just isolated in long.
Oh.
desi with 2 more. Give him the ace. tenzki is lurking. There's Nitro with the frag. And that's a 12-3 scoreline. IBUYPOWER with a very good first half, but it wasn't without its incredibly scary moments. Let's just not forget the CZ
round.
armor buy, which they threw in early on against AKs. Let's not forget that.
Look at that. Nitro, 20 frags.
Beasting it up, definitely.
Really, really well done by him. But that round was really weird because they pushed through towards vent and they went down, and they could have done something really, really terrible. And instead, 3 of their players pushed through a smoke on ramp and get completely demolished by desi.
Yeah.
And then another guy goes down as well.
It's so funny because IBUYPOWER, like, it's one of those spots where like the guy from ramp is always going to want to go and make that move because he's going to get the angle on the guy planting, and they don't necessarily, like, he's the fastest guy basically always. So he's then like torn between defending ramp or going to defend low. But the call when they go down vents like that, you're going to see the bomb. You know they're planting low. So he has to, like, he's going to get that info, and that's all. That's like he's going to have tunnel vision on that info. That's all he has to care about. And of course, you know, it was just madness.
But you know what? It was really smart by desi, you know that? Because Copenhagen Wolves, every time they went towards the B site from ramp, they knew that the CT, who's in ramp, would back away all the way deep into the site, wait for that rotation. Desi's like, I'm not Skadoodle. I'm not going to do that. Instead, there's a smoke there. I'm just going to hide behind the smoke.
That smoke was really sick. Yeah.
And it was a really, you know, it's a tough smoke to get because, like, if it's a bit to the left, a bit to the right, it's useless. It's actually right in the middle. And he threw the smoke down, and they didn't expect him to be there. They honestly, the way they pushed, they did not expect him to be there.
There's this concept in Counter-Strike, which is like one of the most important concepts that there is, which is timing, basically. And sometimes, if you're able to throw a smoke and delay people, even if desi like a 1 frag and died, like just to slow them down by like about 5-6 seconds, that's the difference between your teammates able to clean up, you know, problem area A before getting to problem. Well, maybe I should say like 1 and 2, because problem area 1 before they can get to problem area 2.
I got confused a bit there as well. To be honest,
both the problems hit at the same time from all sides, it like the decision making is much harder, the execution is much harder. So the delay there was just brilliant.
Brilliant delay.
And also you got 3 frags, so initially, so that was
pretty frags. Good frags. Frag movie frags.
And now the all-important pistol round for Copenhagen Wolves. The pistol round that they absolutely cannot falter on, or else they are done against IBUYPOWER.
Two terrorists on top of boiler. They've pushed down. I think they're going to go towards main.
It looks like that.
They're trying to get that frag outside. Oh, Glaive. Very important kill by him. Can he get second? Nicely done by Glaive. Beautiful play by him, holding outside. Now it's 3 terrorists left. desi, Nitro, and Swag, 2 armors. Swag has already run out of his flashes and smokes. He's got the bomb though. PimP waiting for them in the A site. Kjaerbye at ramp. CTs, they're holding their positions pretty tight. Swag is mere millimeters away from tenzki's CZ. And from that distance, he's going to get completely demolished. Oh, desi! Oh, beautiful by desi, coming up from behind to get 2 frags. They did not expect that. Swag takes down tenzki as he pushes in towards the A site, but Glaive with yet another frag. He is playing out of his mind this round. Really important round for Copenhagen Wolves, and they have to hold it. 30 seconds left on the clock. Nitro,
Whoa.
beautiful shot. I think that was a burst fire with the Glock as well. And it's all up to PimP now in a 2v1 situation. The bomb's down. He has to play it really smart when he get the frag. Oh, IBUYPOWER win the pistol round against Copenhagen Wolves, and it looks like the Americans might go home with the first map win.
This is going to be a quick. This should be a quick closeout. That frag from who was it? Desi up the ladder? No, it was somebody
Nitro.
else. It was Nitro up the ladder. Like he was just in midair, but the burst saved him. He got the instant headshot. That was like incredibly decisive. And now we're gonna see the scout on Glaive. The CZs, they know they have to pull it back right now or it's over.
Glaive bought the scout. He did have enough money because of those frags he made.
Now, the thing that IBUYPOWER need to think about now is that they should realize this buy is going to come from Copenhagen Wolves. It's very likely that they'll do that. So they need to play together. They've got to hit quickly and together. They cannot spread out. They cannot let damage be done.
Oh, well timed by PimP. It should have been a bit earlier though.
They can't mess around. They have to be decisive on the site together. That's it. That's the best way to beat stuff like this. Get on top of it fast. Because if they pick away at you, like a couple, shots with the scout, stuff starts to get really, really risky really fast.
Exchange of frags. It's benefited the terrorists, the CTs ever so slightly, even though they lost their scout and Glaive. But
and Nitro is down secret already. He got a kill into PimP.
Oof,
this is
but
scary.
But barely.
They know now that that's compromised, that position.
Kjaerbye has to make this with the CZ. Oh, the spray down! Ooh. Beautiful by Kjaerbye. He does it with the CZ. Gets the 2 headshots on Swag and AZK. Mate, that gun needs a nerf. That gun needs a nerf. Skadoodle now on his own in a 1v2 against Cadian and tenzki. He does have the bomb. He'll be able to plant it on the A site. And now it's a 2-pronged attack. They have to set up the crossfire. They have to be smart about this. The CTs. Oh, they're not. Cadian gets shot down. Really nicely done by Skadoodle. He makes the frag. He wins the clutch. It's 14-3. IBUYPOWER clinched that at the last moment, and it's a 4K for this man. Yeah. What a brilliant player.
That's so scary when you split up against the CZs. It just gets so scary. I'm really surprised that the clutch even came there from Skadoodle. Very well played. Hold on to it there. You
know that CZ spray? I think Kjaerbye's last 2 bullets got headshots or something like that. It was something ridiculous because the first few bullets, they hit the body, they hit the legs, but they weren't going to kill them. And then all of a sudden, it's 2 headshot kills.
It is a strong weapon. It is pretty good. Either way, it's going to be a Copenhagen Wolves against the ropes. They got to go for the eco. They got to play for the overtime, the tie, or rather,
there's not much they can do.
Very difficult.
Oh,
nice! Oh, Swag.
Oh, what was that?
The control. Great reaction there from Swag.
Oh.
And this is one of the things people love about Swag. The guy is brimming with skill. There's skill all over the place with Swag. That raw talent.
He's like a container full of magical
skill.
Yeah,
I mean, he's so young, and he's already getting so experienced.
He's a great player.
He's a really good player.
Copenhagen Wolves are probably really annoyed at the fact that they didn't win that knife round. It seems like on Nuke, if you win the knife round, you win the game.
Well, the funny thing, right, is that it's so unlucky to get Nuke because it's random. They each veto maps and it's random.
I don't know what's wrong. It's just Nuke is just it's
just unlucky.
And the game Counter-Strike is becoming even more CT-sided because people know how to play with the smoke device and that underhand smoke and the underhand flash. It makes
I love that addition actually.
It's a great addition, but the terrorists are like, can't we have something like lasers and nuclear weapons? I don't know. They need something to help them.
Got the CZs and
it's all or nothing here for Copenhagen Wolves right now. tenzki with a all-important kill. PimP takes down tenzki. Yet another frag.
This is how it's done. The grenades, the counter grenades, then create the delays in the right spots, which stagger the push. Then they can each focus the defensive efforts in one part of the rush at a time, and it's an easy hold for them. I don't think Glaive got basically touched, but that was it. Maybe a bit of shrapnel, but he's on 95 health, so the rest of them untouched so far. Glaive is taking a little bit more damage, so very clean round against IBUYPOWER.
15-4. Copenhagen Wolves have to win 11 rounds, if my mathematics is correct. just trying it. 11 rounds in a row without making any mistakes against IBUYPOWER. It's possible on the CT side of Nuke. It is definitely possible. Now that they have a full buy, if they can start getting that train going, it could be the comeback. The comeback can be real.
So they decided to all invest in the CZs because if they do that, they can pressure on, but then by next round, they know Copenhagen Wolves are like the thing that they must do and that they want to do at every available opportunity is to pressure the economy of Copenhagen Wolves right now, to create awkward situations.
Again, ready for a ramp push. They flash through. Kjaerbye backs away without getting any frags. Cadian takes down Swag. They tried to actually push towards Heaven, and Cadian was there to stop them. Really nicely done by Cadian. He has to be really careful because he's too close. Nitro will get the frag on him. He misses a shot. Skadoodle takes down Kjaerbye in the site. AZK now picking up the AWP, and desi picking up the M4. That Kjaerbye dropped. Copenhagen Wolves have to be careful. It's a 3-on-3 with the bomb going towards the B side. AZK takes down Glaive. Tenzki ready for Nitro. The bomb will be planted here by desi. Retake by Tenzki and PimP has to be clinical. Door opens just a moment too late. Desi's going to make that frag. It looks like it might be the end for Copenhagen Wolves. It's PimP. Actually, it's Tenzki. 2v1 with an M4. Knows where one of the T's are. AZK has the AWP. He has the advantage at that distance. He can't push in from lower tunnels because, well, that's what's going to happen.
So that was like really smart there from IBUYPOWER because so let's like look at the situation. You got CZs and you get the control of the ramp. So you have really good pace, and usually you're like, okay, let's just go down ramp. Let's get the bomb down on the B side. But if you think about the kind of like engagements they'll get from the CZs, the ramp like going down is going to be kind of risky because they can have people dropped in vents. They get these like weird range battles, and sure they can with the CZs. Anything's possible, right? Yeah. I believe, but if you train through some CZs through down to hell, then you like let's think about the engagements. You either get the guy who's like up top of the ladder, so that's actually kind of a winnable engagement if you're quick.
Definitely.
And then you got the close range if the guy's holding from outside or even from the window. So you get like some really good engagements, and if maybe even catch them on rotation. If they don't use nades, you've actually got kind of an advantage.
But the thing is,
smart by them.
It is smart, but Cadian made a mistake by going so close with the AWP.
Yeah,
that's a mistake.
You're asking for trouble, yeah.
You know they've got CZs. Okay, you got the first frag. Back away. Try and shoot from a different angle. Give them outside. You know, you can't push that door with the AWP. And especially when they're on Necron, just give them a free AWP that AZK used really well by getting 2 frags.
I kind of understand like what he was thinking though, because if we think about Cadian's perspective, they're holding the AWP. The AWP is like can be kind of a weird weapon on Nuke sometimes because you don't. There's some spots which are like it's like hard, just awkward. Like there are loads of awkward spots with the AWP which are a bit too close range. You can get ambushed really easily. Like you don't want to go down vents with an AWP. You don't want to go to long if they plant lower. So like the threat of having a bomb plant on B, he wants to get to ramp. He wants to attack from ramp. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's why he was kind of hanging around. He didn't want to give up that position. So
either way, you can't really put so much blame on him because they were many rounds behind. And IBUYPOWER